Hey everybody, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. Larry here. It is day 98 of our 100-day countdown challenge, and man, I am stoked. Earlier today at 11:30, we had our very first food addict support group meeting live here on the channel, and man, the turnout was great. The vibe was great. Everything was great. And I've been pumped ever since we did that live. And I'm going to be doing one every single day this week. It's kind of like a beta trial, see how it goes. And yeah, every day, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, join us, and you can get some accountability and some support. Most of you know part of my challenge is to get at least one 24-hour fast a week in. And man, after our meeting today, I wasn't hungry, and now it's 7:30 p.m. and I just decided to go ahead and live on some water and electrolytes today. So I'm taking care of my 24-hour fast. It'll actually end up being 36 hours. But I got a really cool treat for you guys. A video Cassie and I put out just over 2 years ago. And I know a lot of you haven't seen it because when we put it out, I think we had about 18,000 subscribers. So I know a lot of you probably have not seen this video, and Cassie and I share quite a bit of good real world information. 10 tips from our own personal experience. So you guys are going to dig it. This video is not sponsored, but have you ever heard of REVERO? Co-founded by carnivore pioneer Dr. Shawn Baker, REVERO is an online clinic that's redefining healthcare by putting real food and personal empowerment at the center of healing. With doctor-led programs, expert coaches, and a science-backed approach, REVERO is helping thousands of people treat chronic illness, lose weight, and thrive. Traditional healthcare can cost thousands of dollars out of your pocket, only to mask symptoms with more pills instead of addressing the root causes of chronic illness. While REVERO's healthcare approach is revolutionary, prescribing a high-protein diet that's personalized specifically for you to restore your gut health, reduce inflammation, and get you metabolically healthy. And REVERO patients get exclusive access to the REVERO app, where you can access your medical providers, coaches, biomarker tracking, and your personalized care plan all in one place. It's like having a healthcare clinic in your pocket. Right now, REVERO is offering our viewers 10% off your first month. So check out our link below at revero.com/Carnivore Quest to sign up for REVERO and enjoy that 10% off your first month. That's REVERO.com/Carnivore Quest. Like I said, this is not a sponsored video, but I have a ton of respect for Dr. Shawn Baker, and our link is still active. So if you use it down below, check out REVERO. You'll get 10% off your first month. And let me know what you guys think about REVERO. Those of you who have used it or have heard about it, all the feedback I've gotten so far is pretty positive. So I'd like to hear what you have to say. Let me know down in the comments, all right? All right. Let's jump right into this. And I will make a few comments along the way because I've actually learned a few things since making this video. Thinking about doing some extended fasting while you're on your carnivore diet? Well, today Cassie and I have 10 tips that we've learned through trial and error that just might help you out. And no matter what kind of fasting you're about to attempt, whether it be 24 hours, 48, or you're going to go a little longer like we have in the month of February, these tips might help you out. Even if you grab one or two and throw in your pocket, our mission is accomplished. When we recorded this video, Cassie had just completed a 9-day water fast, and I believe I was on day 13, and I broke my fast on day 14 the following day. So, yeah, that was the first time we had ever done a fast like that. And like I said, it doesn't matter if, you're doing 24 hours, 48 hours, or 2 weeks. All these tips will help you out. I thought it was appropriate because I'm doing my first fast of the challenge.
Leave the rest. The first tip we have for you, find some accountability. Fasting is much easier when you have somebody else in the trenches with you. Like for Larry and I, it was perfect because we suffered together. Misery loves company. Ideally, you'd like to have somebody in your personal life as your accountability partner. However, that's not always the case. You can always find accountability. There are several different social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. And I'm telling you from my experience, for me, it would have been 10 times more difficult this previous fast if I didn't have Larry around.
The second tip we got for you guys is clean up that kitchen before you start the fast. I've learned this the hard way in previous experiences. This recent fast, I had learned from my mistakes. Take a look at the kitchen here. It was an absolute disaster after Cassie and I had our last meal, that prime rib roast. Well, after we finished that video, I got to cleaning the kitchen. Learning from past experience, I wasn't gonna do those dishes the next day during the fast while the hunger's starting to hit me. I remember last year I did that a few times and made it much more difficult. Actually, one time I just dropped out of the fast while I was doing the dishes. So definitely clean up that kitchen. It gives you a little mental boost too, because really, unless you have somebody to cook for in your house that's not fasting, you're not going to be in the kitchen a whole lot.
And for our next tip, put a sign on your refrigerator.
Absolutely. As you can see, are you really hungry?
Larry made that about a year ago.
Yeah. I'm going to make another sign like that and put it up on the refrigerator. You guys will see it here in the next few days because we don't have it up anymore, and that really helps. And man, look how skinny I am. There you go. That's when I was at my lightest. That's about 247 pounds. That's the power of the carnivore diet right there. Without slipping. Yeah, over a year ago.
It's been up there ever since.
We have it up there all the time, and if we didn't have it up there when we were fasting, I would definitely make a new one. Personalize it to yourself. Do not enter or danger. Now, if you have someone to cook for in your family, your kids or your spouse, it's hard to avoid the refrigerator. You're just going to have to white knuckle it.
Or just put some police tape over it, you're not going to be there for about a week or whatever.
Duct tape around the handle.
Yeah.
But as far as wandering into the kitchen, you know what I'm talking about, where you just like blindly for no reason.
Open every cabinet.
Right.
Open the refrigerator 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. You go in there and you just stare in there. A sign is really helpful as you're approaching the refrigerator to kind of snap you out of it.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times, and I've seen her do it. Just mindlessly walk into the kitchen like a robot, open the refrigerator, and just stare.
Even with the sign. So I wonder if maybe we put like flashing lights on it. Seriously, you wouldn't miss it then. You got some strobe light.
I have done it with the sign up, but the sign stopped me before.
Yeah.
So you might want to try it if you're a fridge browser like us.
And the next $1 million tip we've got for you: do not feast before you fast. Larry and I made this mistake on our most recent fast. We had all that prime rib the day before our fast, thinking that we needed all those calories and that extra fat to keep us going. What we think happened was our metabolism kicked into high gear, using all that extra energy to digest the food that we had just taken in. And 16 hours into the fast, I was already experiencing real hunger. And we also think that contributed to our extreme hunger on days 3 and 4. But the next time we do the fast, we won't feast before, we'll just have our regular meal.
The 5th tip we got for y'all is get something to track your glucose and your ketones. During this 14-day fast, a lot of our viewers recommended we get one, and they couldn't believe we were doing such a long fast without it. We kind of took heed and we ordered one off Amazon. We're really happy with it, and the cool thing about it is it just makes it more fun. Even on our carnivore diet in general, it's going to be cool to use. But during a fast, it's definitely cool to check your numbers as you go. It's motivational. When something's more fun, it's generally easier to stick to. And it gives you a peace of mind, you check your blood sugar, make sure it's not dropping too low, check your ketones, they're firing up. We have an Amazon link down in the description like we do for anything we highlight on the channel. We really enjoy this one. If you guys use that link, we make a few cents to support the channel at no extra cost to you, so it's a win-win. But no matter what brand you end up getting, we highly recommend you get one of these gadgets. They're pretty cool.
Number 6?
Number 6 is take your electrolytes, man.
Yes.
It's definitely important. Carnivore diets, keto, ketovore, you're expelling a lot of fluid. You got to keep your electrolytes up. But when you're fasting, we double our electrolyte intake. So this is common knowledge, but just for anybody new, keep your electrolytes up.
Good idea. Oh yeah, and hit the like button.
Yeah.
Do you know what number 7 is?
Tell me.
Go to bed early, or at least plan on going to bed early.
Yeah, you need to take your own advice there, pal.
Yeah, I know. Early on in the fast, I barely got any sleep, and it was not a good thing. But I'll tell you, this might happen automatically, huh? Because you get into day 2, day 3, and you almost want to run away from that hunger. You know, I mean, you're not chilling on the couch watching TV till 11 o'clock at night. You want to go to bed. To get the hunger off your mind. So just maybe consider scheduling an early bedtime and make it easier on yourself, because it really helps when the hunger strikes. Doesn't it? Yeah, to get to bed early and what we call run from the hunger. The next one we got for you guys is don't put too much pressure on yourself. You don't want to attempt a 14-day fast the first time out. You got to work yourself up to it. If this is the first time you're trying a 36-hour fast, listen to your body. You know, you're going to get hungry, and recognize those hunger signals. Don't give up the first time you're hungry, right? But if you start experiencing, you know, a headache that won't go away, dizziness, feel like lightheaded, like you might pass out, definitely want to get some electrolytes, eat something, and try again next time. But, you know, as far as putting pressure on yourself, the world's not going to end if you break your fast. And it definitely won't be the end of your weight loss journey. You just try again later on. Fasting's a powerful tool, but it's a muscle that's got to be flexed.
And our next tip is about black coffee. Now you can have black coffee, you can have black tea, and you can have water. But one thing that's a little bit difficult, especially if you're a cream lover like myself, is black coffee tastes bitter.
A little bit of that black coffee.
There are a few different methods to make your coffee taste a little less bitter. One of those being a French press. You can also use a pour over or even espresso. And we made a great video on this very subject. Larry's gonna put a card right up here, right there. You don't have many friends during an extended fast, but one of those friends is coffee.
I should put that link to that coffee video down in the description. But here's it. This is one of the instances where I have learned a little more information. About a year after this, I did a 21-day fast, and I did a ton of research on autophagy because I was trying to cure my tinnitus, and which I was successful with. That fast took care of it. It's still gone, and I'm very thankful for that. But if you are fasting long-term for autophagy, healing, you shouldn't have any calories at all, not even coffee or tea. So if you're just, you know, fasting for weight loss, you know, you're doing a 2-3 day fast, even if, you know, so if you're fasting for weight loss, so if you're just fasting for weight loss, say you do a 24-hour, 48, 72-hour fast, you know, you can have some black coffee, and it, you know, it won't hurt the fast at all. But if you're doing it for autophagy, you can't have anything, not even 1 calorie, you know. And if you're going to go through all that brutalness and you want the best results, you know, for healing, no coffee, no tea. So something I've definitely learned since then, and I want to let you guys know. Something I've definitely learned since this video. So I thought I'd let you guys know.
And if there's a way for you to make it a little less bitter and a little more smooth, I think it'll definitely increase your odds for success.
Our 10th tip for you, and it's not the final one because we got a bonus one for you, is keep busy. I really learned how important this was during this most recent fast. When I was sitting at the desk working on channel stuff, day 8, 9, 10 of the fast, I was hungry. You know, it's this distant hunger. It's always there and it's gnawing at you. But when I was out working in the yard or working on the cars, doing something physical, the hunger disappeared. Just doing a little physical activity, whether it be cleaning the house or you just forget about the hunger. And I've heard people say that over and over, keep busy, keep busy. And I know for a fact that that's the truth now. You know, I mean, I was keeping busy at the computer desk, but I wasn't doing anything physical. And
yeah, that's really when you feel that boost of energy from fasting, is when you're, you know, getting some movement in, doing things. It's a very euphoric feeling, especially after 12, 13 days. You'll have these spurts of energy where you just feel like a superhero.
The hunger, like I said, it just doesn't let up until you start moving around. So something to take into consideration and something to expect. So dear viewer, we got one bonus tip for you, and that's if you're thinking about doing an extended fast to punish yourself for having a cheat meal or a cheat day, stop right now and get it out of your head. The fast will be 10 times more difficult. If you have a cheat meal or a cheat day, our advice to you is to sit down with a nice big steak and eat that. Just get back on your carnivore diet, and once you have a footing again, then attempt to fast. But never punish yourself with a fast. We've tried that. It does not work. You're so much more hungry during a punishment fast.
And mad. You're mad at yourself.
Exactly.
For falling off the wagon again and having to climb back up. Well, let me just not eat and get myself into ketosis real quick.
Right.
That's not good.
No. You don't want to deprive your body of nutrients when you've fallen off. You want to eat that fatty steak. You want to get some good nutrition in. That's our opinion. We think it's solid.
Yeah.
So it's been a fast February, guys. Appreciate you guys sticking around for all the fasting content. We only have a few more days of this one, and it's been interesting.
For sure.
But again, we've had a lot of fasting content. We really appreciate you guys watching it all, because it has been really important for us. We're really glad we've done this fast February. It's actually been amazing. So we'll see you in our next video, guys, where I reveal my weight loss after 14 days of no food.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you guys are wondering, I lost 21 pounds in 14 days. And when I did the 21-day fast, I lost 22 pounds. So only a pound difference for an extra 7 days. But my tinnitus went away. And that was the whole reason I did that 21-day fast. So yeah. And one other thing, talk about not punishing yourself with a fast after you cheat. Actually, when I've gone off the rails since then a couple times and I've tried to get back on track, oftentimes I'll fast the first day just because I don't feel like eating meat. It's just meat doesn't sound good. So I fast. It's not really a punishment fast. I just don't feel like eating meat after, having pizza for 12 days straight. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Something a little different since I'm fasting today. Yesterday's vlog went live about an hour ago, and I picked out some WED comments from you guys. I'm going to read a few of them like we do at the end of every 100-day vlog video. Jeff says, watching every day, ground beef jerky going in my dehydrator tomorrow morning. Very cool. You are going to, I don't know if it's the first time you've ever made it, Jeff, but it's phenomenal. Joseph Walls says, watching every day. I love when you bring back the warrior intro.
You warriors are good. Real good.
Great adjustment on the sleep portion of the challenge. You're doing great. Today I had some pepperoni, shrimp, and a ribeye. It was so hot again here in North Carolina, so this morning I had a nice coffee. Black, no cream. One more day in the books. Rock on. Great job, Joseph. Very cool. Average Keto says, watching every day, stay strong. Remember, there will be bumps, but stay the course. We are all with you. I know you guys are, and appreciate that. Damon says, watching almost every day. Started saving the tallow off my burger patties. It works well in the AM for eggs. Great way to do it. Recycle it quick. I usually use bacon grease. Melissa, watching every day. Day 2, coffee, sardines, eggs, beef patties. It doesn't get more simple than that. Awesome, Melissa. Lori, watching every day. Meal prep is absolutely key for me. Keep up the good work. Well, those are all the WED comments I grabbed for the first 40 minutes the video is out. And usually there's 30, 40, 50 more of them, but I read them all and I appreciate them all. So it's going to be an early bedtime for me tonight, gang. Got to get up and, get everything ready for the live stream, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Can't wait to see you guys there. We can throw that support around, hold each other up, So I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog, though, at 6:30 p.m. Got a lot of content coming this next 100 days. And Cassie will be back soon. We'll see you in the next one, all right? Whether it's a live stream or the vlog. And remember, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. Later.